introducing the Tork Craft NR5008 thread repair kit and a demonstration of how to use it. You can clearly see there's all the steps are well depicted on the back side of the packaging. I've already taken one out of the packaging and that has been used before. There is your drill bit. It's a H.3mm HSS drill bit. Then you have your HSS thread tap. That's a STI M8 by 1.25 that we're using in this case. That is your installation tool with a collar. You also get a little hex key for it to adjust the depth. It's basically a depth stop to where your thread insert must go. And then we've got the tang break off tool, and basically once you've inserted your thread insert, it's being used to break off the tang that is left over after you have inserted the thread insert, or as some people would call it, the helicoil. So I'm quickly just going to demonstrate to you how we do this. Just a tip here, use fairly slow RPM. As you can see, that thread is properly stripped, and I'm actually going to show you how easy it is to repair this. So all you do is you drill out your hole with the 8.3mm drill bit. Then you take your tap wrench, you insert your HSS thread tap. Always apply some cutting fluid to the tap and to the hole before you start tapping. And then make sure that you have a 90-degree angle to your workpiece when you start. Take it slowly, and once it's gripped, it is important to get it as close as possible to 90 degrees. Once it's taken, then it is quite easy to carry on. I'm just adding a little bit more oil or cutting fluid back and forth. That will ensure the cuttings to come out, and that your thread, that you will cut a clean thread into the newly drilled hole. Then back the tap all the way out. Just blow out the new thread that you've cut, and that thread there will be the exact same size as the thread of your thread insert. By the way, the thread inserts are made of stainless steel, so you're actually going to have a much better thread than the original thread that was on the mild steel. So once you've done cutting your thread, you just take your thread insert and your installation tool. I personally don't like to use the collar, but you can adjust it to the correct depth, and simply just screw your thread insert into the newly cut thread until it is flush with your material. It's just easier for me to see when it's flush than by using a collar that's actually in my way. Then you take your tang break off tool and a mallet, and you just remove the tang from the bottom of the thread, and there you have a brand new thread, a stainless steel thread, and your workpiece or your machine or whatever you're working on is repaired. I'm testing this with an impact driver that delivers about 90 Newton meters of torque, and there you can see there that thread is 100%. Just going to back it out again. And back in again, and you have a brand new thread, and that's how easy it is to use this thread repair kit.